Hello everyone, welcome back to our Lost of G's. Here is a guest, Cynthia. Today I'm discussing with you guys about advice a friend of mine gave me. This advice nearly destroyed my marriage, but at the end of it, it saved my marriage, because where there's no love, understanding, and trials come, you wouldn't even know where to start, where to fight the enemy from, or handle issues from. This and that and that and this and my love stories. So your girl Cynthia, I'm here today to tell you guys how I went from this to this girl you see here. Love will try you, love will shake you, but when you are in this situation, that's when you will know if you really loved or not. When you start lacking the things that make girls happy, and you sit down and you watch other girls looking good, and you know what you have dedicated yourself for, you know what you are looking for, you know what you are pursuing, and you will say, I have forgotten myself, I've given myself for this kind, for this love, for this marriage, for my love life, for the happiness I desire, and not only for things of the world. I'm saying this also because during this time I started YouTube, some of my friends who think they can open their heart to me and ask me my personal problems, ask me about my personal things, they came to me and asked me. They never expected to see me here. I was like, this thing you're saying does not match to me. You're not expecting to see me here, because we were all somebody. We had existence before we came to Germany, before we japa to wherever we live here in Europe. We were somebody. We had dreams. We didn't meet millionaires who just married us and we start enjoying does not mean that we were nobody before. We had what we are pursuing, what we are targeting. Then I remembered how we started from secondary school, the kind of drama we had. You know, sometimes they cast us, even the people who made us who we are today, they have forgotten us, or they sometimes think about us, but they thought we have forgotten where we started. I remember during the times of Italian connections, like people seeing you on the street of Lagos and asking you, do you want to go to Italy? I remember the time of Nollywood, when people see you on the street and they ask you want to act film? Do you want to take a part in the videos we are producing? And you will sometimes, out of curiosity, naive, and you go to them, and sometimes they will tell me that a lot of Mbise language in my English, that I need to somehow modify my English. But this is a tongue. Wherever you come from, some people are able to, depend on how your tongue is, are able to control this and how you speak. And this, how I speak, is not going to stop me from having fun, from living the kind of lifestyle I want. Like, remembering who I used to be. Like, they cast us. I remember those days when we used to act drama in school. In Pastor Okochukwu is a drama book. I participated as a money had. I remembered when we, I remember some books, drama book we used in school that we have to act before parents, before the church people. We did this, things fall apart like 2 times. I did it like even the 3rd time. We did it in class 2, and the teacher, who was our social teacher, taught this drama was not good enough, because we are young in class 2. We are not exposed to these things. We didn't know it was not good enough. He has to repeat it again in class 3. I remember when I left the school again and went to another school, we have to do this same book again. This things fall apart. We did the play again. I remember me taking part in Wedlock of the Gods, and those are the things that somehow exposed me to this coming to TV. So the coming to TV here, coming to YouTube, was not all about how I dress here where I live. Situations makes you dance to wherever you are, you dance the music that's playing that particular time. Because I cannot be poor or struggling and I'm dressing up like somebody who is so rich. I can't be struggling and I'm the kind of decision I made for my life. I can't be struggling and I'm trying every time to compete with people who are doing well, who their aim is just to look good and don't achieve nothing. They just want to spend in looking good. I had a dream. I had something I was pursuing. It doesn't make me less person. It didn't take my confidence away. That we started from the scratch, me and my husband, and we had nothing. We have to build ourselves from scratch. It doesn't make me forget where I'm coming from. That somebody will look at me and tell me, I thought you are deeper life. You can't make up. You can't do this. Yeah. One thing at a time. At a time, that was all that matters to me. So when I knew that I can come here, it will make my husband happy. He will not be so sad or think I'm going out of line somehow by coming here, because sometimes you need time to understand who you marry to. I thought it was time for me to come here and live that kind of lifestyle. I thought I will never have any chance of living. These were things like I didn't know how to deal with them, that, oh, this person I married might not like this kind of thing, and I gave this away for love. It doesn't mean that I didn't know who I was and where I stopped, what I was pursuing, my dream, what I would like to be. Like coming to entertain people, like liking to hold a talk. This I've been doing from secondary school. It's a part of me that I've forgotten. So somebody saying that I didn't know you could bring yourself out here is a kind of surprising for me. I'm like, so I forgot myself so much that people could not think I couldn't even take a good bath and dress well. Was it how far I've lost myself? What I'm trying to say in essence is this. If by any chance things are hard for you and your husband, it's not the best thing for us to just go back, so back, like forgetting yourself so much like I did. Reducing myself like this due to me not wanting to stress my husband, because in my own conscience, I'm not the kind of person who knows that it will be a struggle for you to bring out 50 euro to give me to go and get something. And I know your purse. I know how much you have. For me, I wouldn't want to come to you and tell you to give me that, because if I don't have this, you're asking me this, I wouldn't really like it also, because you know how it is. So where are you coming from? Is this you or somebody else who doesn't know how it is for us? So that was it. It's not that I didn't know what to do. Sometimes we reduce ourselves so much that people misunderstand us, misquote us, and reduce us, because we have misrepresented ourselves from what we are. When things becomes hard, from the advice my friends gave me, they wanted me to live in this kind of their life. Every time competing with each other, the latest bag, the latest shoe, the latest hair. That would be too much for me to do. So this is why I stepped back. I said, this time in my life, I need to focus. All I needed was to focus. But the mistake from their advice they gave me, which I understand, is that they are right. Sometimes some men who do not understand might misunderstand somebody. When you step so much back in taking care of yourself, in asking for things, needs, asking for money, asking for things, demanding things that are your right, that you deserve to look good, you deserve to take care of yourself, some men will forget it. And when they forget it and get used to the person looking boring, they start looking outside. I understand them. Because all of us, we know the kind of men we marry. And these men will also leave us and then going to see side chick. The same money they will not spend on us, they will go and spend it on side chick. I understand. That was a nice advice. This advice made me to be conscious of not forgetting myself completely, but at the same time, not destroying the trust, not making my marriage to be a quarrel marriage, a marriage that we don't understand each other, a marriage that will be like we bringing this enmity between each other. So I started taking this thing slow, one by one. When we compare marriage, we'll see that there are some things your husband invests money in doing for you. The other person does not invest money in doing it for his wife. So we check which one is more important. What is our priority? Which one is more important for us than this looking good? You might see me and think I'm not living comfortable because I'm not dressing well the way you want me to dress. I'm not coming to show off. What matters to me is the comfortability, or what I can get. Is it chocolate? Is chocolate? Is it all the things I need? Small, tiny things I need to make myself comfortable, to live comfortable, even to live in a luxury might matter to me. Like people like me, I like to live like I'm living in a hotel. Like I go to 5-star hotel, I will live if I need to have some things, even if I'm not living in that environment. But I need to have things to supplement, to add and join, that makes me, at the end of it, I will have that feeling of I'm living like that. These things are more important to me than fashion. Because the fashion, I'm making it for me, yeah. If I'm pretty, I know. If I could dress up, I know. Whatever, I know this. But when I wear these things, it's like I'm trying to show you these things I wear. But when I live in my comfortability, this money I'm spending much for this thing will not allow me to live that kind of lifestyle I have, which made me also decided that this guy is the person I will follow, because I think he will understand what I will need and other things. So somebody coming to tell me that I've forgotten myself was the last thing I expected from anybody, because I thought I was okay. I thought I was okay the way I was dressing. I'm wearing not rags, but because I didn't have time to make up. So this makeup now has changed the ideology of people, thinking I'm one Ubeke from somewhere, one deeper life person, one person who doesn't care, who doesn't wear expensive things. And in my expensive things, I'm the kind of person who wouldn't want to buy gold until I know I am so rich. I wouldn't want to go and spend my money in gold, in buying things I'll keep by the side, while my children, my husband, me, I'm suffering, just to tell you that I have this gold. So everything depends on the kind of lifestyle someone wants to live. I wanted a lifestyle that is comfortable. The things I use, or I don't know, in private, that you also don't know that I live this kind of lifestyle. These are things that matters to me. It's not things that I will use to please you, to make sure. I don't really believe in this show kind of lifestyle. I believe in the lifestyle I live for myself. When somebody could be married so long like me, because some people come to say things they are not. People like angeben means to show off. People like so much to show off, and I think this show off is a kind of weakness. You're thinking that you don't have enough. Because you don't have enough, you like to show, I have this one now. I was able to live like that. If I have, or I didn't have, I was able to get content with the little that I had, to manage with it. Even when we started going to holiday, some people came, you wouldn't believe how far people could mingle into your personal life. People coming to tell your husband, your wife, mingling into your personal life. You people are white people now. You people go to holiday every time. This is lifestyle. It's called lifestyle. And everybody decide which one the person use. There are people who drink. There are people who drink in a year. The money they spend in drinking is more than the one, or in smoking anything, is more than the one you spend in one holiday. You go in a year. So it all depends on how you want to spend your money. Some people want to keep their money and be looking at it and be counting it until it gets bigger. It all depends. I knew even beforehand that if I'm not demanding, that this man might forget his responsibilities and then think I am okay. Some of my friends were telling me that I'm not demanding. I'm not demanding. If I'm not demanding, it should be my problem, not yours. Because when they want to pull you along and you don't come along, they now think, you are missing something, or they are trying to destroy your marriage. So it all depends on who you are. When you allow somebody, people, their opinion to change your reasoning, to change the kind of lifestyle you choose for yourself, then it's for you. I'm the one who is still here. I'm having less problem in my marriage. I'm the one who is still here. I'm the one who started this. I'm the one who is still here and started this struggling, and I'm still here today. If I've not learned enough since 17 years I'm living with a man, struggling and managing before now, then I will never learn again. Anybody who is matured enough to get married is matured enough to make some mistakes and learn from the person's mistake. We can only see what we are seeing from outside, but what is inside, behind closed doors, we will never know how that marriage looks like until we get married ourselves and compare, like somebody like me who has married 2 times. Sometimes because you keep quiet, you don't say anything, when they talk about their fashion, they talk about this, you just keep quiet. Some of them now think you don't know what is happening, because I decided to live a reserved life with my family, not wherever you say party here, party there, I show up. Does not mean that I've not lived that kind of lifestyle before, or I don't like it. It was not really easy for me to stay like this, reserved and manage. It was a kind of temptation, and this kind of temptation can make some women do what they don't really want to do. Like it wasn't easy for me to sit down. No matter what I want, I just swallow and do like, let me close my eyes to this and time shall come when I will get this. It's not really easy. But whoever we are sacrificing for, the person knows. It can only hurt when we see that we are struggling with somebody and the person is not struggling with us. The person is living a kind of lifestyle, like living a classic life, and we are not living like that. This is where it hurts. But when you know that the same person you are in the same ship with is struggling like you, so what is there to worry? It was not really so difficult for me. What really matters was for me is to bring in this support, to make sure I support a kind of guide when my opinion or suggestion is needed, that I guided. And sometimes men, when they are younger, they don't really listen like that. Like sometimes people even ask me, why do you marry so early? Yeah, is it not a difficult thing for you to do, living with somebody who is not much older than you like that? This relationship we are dealing here with is about love, about emotion, about hurt, that we are being careful not to hurt each other. So if we really want to make this work, we have to make sacrifice, like trying to make sure that everybody is okay. If it's what I like or what he doesn't like, or we all try to make sure that we have this balance. That was what we're dealing with. We are not dealing here with age. If the person is older than you, if the person is younger, it's not what we are dealing with. We are dealing here with the emotions, the sacrifice, things that have to do with this love, that everybody at the end of it is satisfied, or at least we could cut it between, that everybody gets a little bit of everything that we have to share, or where we have to give our understanding. That's all what it has to do with. That's all what it has to do with. It was not really easy patching at all, because until you have hunger in your tummy, you are very hungry, you will not know what it looks like. Or you wore clothes that are expensive before, and you start wearing clothes that are no longer fitting, the shape has changed, that are worn out. Then you know, when you want to go out and you want to dress how you used to dress before, like a diva, and you couldn't get the things you need to use and combine and wear the clothes the way you want it, and you have to just dress out each time without thinking how you look like. It wouldn't really matter to you that time how you will look like. Then you will know it wasn't really an easy life. But what matters most for me that time was that in it all, I shouldn't lose my confidence, because this confidence I'm talking about, it doesn't really has to do with friends around. It has much to do with my husband. I don't want him to know, or whoever is my lover, whoever that is my husband, to know that I have seen and believe that I'm not convinced that I've reduced to nothing. That I wouldn't like that at all, because at the end of it, the person will start seeing me as nothing. This is my mentality towards that. So I really made sure I had my confidence that in me, nothing changed from who I used to be when I dressed well, when I had my hair done, when I have original things, when I don't have original things. It doesn't matter how I dress up, and I stand before people, no matter what their degrees are, that I didn't feel inferior. That was all that matters to me, nothing else. And I held it. And sometimes I could say, I'm so happy and proud of myself. Thank God that I was able to hold that confidence I have in me, because immediately I lost it, then there'll be comparison, like him trying to compare me to other people and think, my wife is nothing. And no, I think I fought for it, and I had it. And when I have people around who try to intimidate me, I try to, it kind of bring topics like, I'm not going to first person and say, you're trying to intimidate me. I know my ways of trying to challenge the person's mentality, try to challenge the person's kind of person. When I challenge the person and see from which angle the person is coming from, how the person reason, and I think this person mentality, the way of the person reason, the way the person talk, and the kind of things the person say is not matching to the kind of quality I need as a friend or somebody I should be hanging around near my husband, I somehow drop the relationship and I move on, because I know friends are like, when you're going like bus stop, you stop, you meet other people. So why should I kill myself for one friendship? So friends are everywhere. You can get friends anywhere. And that was it. That was how I dealt with that. Yeah, we are not having enough money to take care of ourselves, to take care of our needs, mostly the bills. Does not also mean that we are hungry, because to run a shop, for you to run a shop in Germany is not an easy thing. Yeah, because running a shop in Germany is like you dealing with money every time. You have to pay a lot of things. In Germany, the system of paying money here is different. As far as you have a shop, you have to have money to run the shop. So we are not hungry. It's just that we are trying to live according to our limit, that we don't live above our limit and start having problems, start going to bed without sleeping, getting headache over how to care for our needs. That was why we also started slowly from scratch and handling it easily, upgrading our standard each day, each time, until wherever we are now. That's how we managed it. Yeah, in food and other necessity we have in life, we try to manage as much as we can. When we are managing and we have growing children, how do we then manage? Your children are living in Germany. What standard of living are you going to give them when you just want to manage? And I came to realize during the time it was so difficult for us that the children, sometimes I see that the eyes are a little bit inside. They're like worn out because they're not feeding well. So I started buying much of this African beverages like Bonvita, Ovaltine, things like that, Nido, and I start feeding them with it. I started buying a lot of malts, things I think that might supplement whatever food they are taking in, to make sure that they look a kind of plumpy, that they look healthy, because no matter what we are managing, the children, they need the things they need as children to grow up, because one day they are big, like now they are getting so big, they will grow up to ask themselves, what were they eating, what did they feed us with, how did they take care of us? So the management was for us, but for children, I think we were able to provide them with most things they wanted, and to be careful, to be comfortable from close to wears, but to our limit. We didn't train them to live above their limit, because this way they're also going to fight in future when we corrupt them in this aspect of do you know who we are? Let's spend the right time, right? It's going to be a battle for them in future. So we try also to let them live somehow reserved and humble, and in this managing, economizing, and that they learn to minimize whatever they are using. Yeah, I would like to say that that time when it was so hard, so rough for us, that I lost the money for this shop, another thing I did was like I met one woman in Nigeria. Her husband didn't have much, so one day I asked the grandmother of these children, why are you giving the children so much less food? Because the way I'm seeing the children, they're not feeding well. She told me that it's always good to give children much food, but at the same time let these children not live on food, because of the times things are hard. These children, when you give birth to them in Germany here, it's a different thing. They just eat, they eat like birds, they eat like all day. But I try to train my children when they start getting to 7 years and 8 years. I start training them, like, not when they break, you just rush food. In case there's a situation that they have to run, that we have to evacuate this place, that they have this in mind. This kind of thing happens in life. Because of this, when I wake up in the morning, if the person can get confidence, get anything to chew, chocolate, bread we sell from shop, any kind of bread the person eats. Then after that, like around 8:30, then after that I made the real breakfast, because I don't want them to wake up by 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock and start rushing into food. So sometimes also when they start growing up, that they don't feel like, because of this system I've made like this, sometimes they can wake up around 8 and want to eat. I'll say, sit down first, or go brush your teeth, wait small, let me do it. Just a way to make them get used to not just waking up and rushing food, so that when we get stranded somehow, we could be able to move a little bit hours to somewhere, get to somewhere before the food becomes so necessary for them to eat, so that we don't get too much stranded, or they getting too much uncomfortable, in case there's something. Yeah, some people, when their children get to 9 years, and which I said is not that kind of lifestyle I want to live, when their children get to 9 years or 10 years, they start doing this extremely shopping for the child, like the child is already 15 or 16. So I did the shopping till my children are like 15 years. When they get to 15 years, I start asking if you would like to buy your clothes yourself, because we have to have a kind of discipline and know who we are, where we're coming from, that they don't get to the extent of being over expensive for me. Then, being the fact that they also have to learn to manage money, I start giving them money to manage. I didn't train my children much like this with too much pocket money, but I make sure that they have something, that they don't go dry without having something. I give them access to money, which also help them to learn how to spend money and manage and save. But the excess of it, I didn't give them. And if I even happen today to have too much of it, I'm not going to give them too much, because it wasn't easy for me and my husband to test life, to live in comfortability, and now we have to start from scratch again to build our life. It wasn't really easy for us, and because of these reasons, we try to somehow train our children like this. Yeah, when men doesn't have money to solve their problems, some of the men get aggressive, and this I feared. That's why I needed that 1 week. Like I said, it's one of the week, because one of the things that interests me also about this man, my husband, was that in that situation he was in, I saw him laughing every time. I wanted a man who would be happy every time, even when he doesn't have. I like somebody to be happy even when he doesn't have. I don't want to live with the fear of now this bill has come, the man is going to be aggressive. I don't want to live with the fear of there's no money, or the man asks me for my own money and I don't have it, the man will be like another person. I don't want money to be the root of happiness. I don't want money to be the root of how we live. If there's no money, then we are like switch off. There's no relationship. We have then things to supplement and then have the life moving that will make us happy. That was the happiness. Now, I don't want this kind of life. I wanted something more. I wanted the original, something that will make us happy. This union that will keep us together, money or no money. That even when there's problem, we are facing real problem, because we never can tell what will happen in future, where problem is coming from. So I needed that happiness, that no matter what situation we'll be in, that we could find smile or joy in this relationship. That was one of the things that matters for me, being that I've tested the life somehow comfortability when money is not a problem, paying bills are not problem, food and things like that. This was what happened, because if you've not been here and there, it will be difficult for you to understand what I'm saying. So that was all that matters to me. Though money plays too much role in it, until you get dry also, you will know what we went through, why I will come here and sit down and talk about money and relationship. Until you tried both, having money and not being happy, having money and not having a love life, you will start valuing love and things like that. Then you start valuing love, empathy, affections. You start valuing them more than you value money. I never wanted for it to be that someone will live with you and the person has no love for you, that the person doesn't care about you. There should be love, there should be this agreement, not that you agree with the person, but you taking responsibilities, like this person is my own person. You're going to do it like, I'm here to defend this person, I'm here for this cause. When this person pen, I pen, because I grew up in Africa, meeting a lot of people, knowing that they just married for marriage, for the book to carry it and say, this is certificate for our marriage. I didn't have a big marriage and the rest of it, but I had I watched my parents, I watched my senior sister. I like that kind of what they share, and that has been what I've been pursuing all my life. I'm still pursuing it. I'm still going to pursue it, because as soon as I'm here, I have to every time put that at the back of my head, that's what I want to achieve in life. I just wanted commitment. This one, showing empathy to someone's problem, to someone. When you involve this person, your family, this person you call love, that you show more care, that you are there for the person, that you are like, I'm dying for you, I'm there for you, your responsibility is mine. I'm going to make sure you're okay. Be you a man, be you the woman or the man. That's all that matters for me, because I've seen both and know what is more important, that anything money cannot buy is the ultimate thing to live for. Yeah, when I was a Jehovah's Witness, there's something they taught us. When you take care of your child or children, and you stand every time with these children, and you defend the children against your husband, and then now you people become enemies because of the children, instead of you balancing this love, because it's two different kinds of love. It's true that most times it looks as if the woman protects the children before the husband. Is only in the situation when the men try to play not a dad, they now try to play God or government over the children, that you need so much protection over your children against your man, because your husband or that man is trying to scare the children away. In my place here, in my relationship, in my marriage, in my family, my husband is close to my children. My husband is like, I don't know, so playful with my children that my children will not want sometimes to discuss some things with me so that I don't shout. I'm the police here. I'm the police here. You know, somebody has to be the police. I'm the police here who fight for whatever that is, you know, because I will go about it like, what did you say? Like typical African woman. While my husband will go it the very easy way, like he's trying to interview you and say, yeah, why did this happen? Why did this? So he has not given me room to be somebody who's trying to protect them over him. Instead, he has a good relationship with them. This is how we've been doing it. Some time ago in the shop, so a woman walked into the shop and saw that my daughter came in from school and walked past me and hugged my husband. So when my husband went inside to get something, the woman asked me, yeah, it's not done like this. You have to make it that the children are coming your side. In case in future, they start getting something, money or so, that they will think more of you. I was shocked when she said this kind of a thing. Everything depends on the kind of place. My answer is, everything depends in the kind of place you grow up, environment you grew up. My mother never told me this, never told me what I'm going to do so that I would like her more than I would like my father, or what I'm going to do so that my children will like me more than my husband. In my family where I came from, before I have this family now, we've always played an open card. We've always played love for everyone, care for everyone, share equally. If I think about myself, I think about you. I consider you, I consider myself. And which also why I'm thinking my husband could make this kind of decision to marry me, because I think differently. And this also why sometimes I try to stay away from some people, because the way they reason from the way I reason is different. The worst thing one can think in this world is to think like this, because when you think like this and you train these children, we're not talking of toys. We're not talking of Barbies that sell in the market. We're talking of human being. And they see that you are this manipulative. At the end of it, it will backfire. And these children will never love you. They will, instead of loving you, love that person you're working against. Because they have their own mind. They have understanding. One day, if you're that smart, they'll play smart also. They will understand what went wrong. And they will turn against you. So, my children cannot give me something I will eat without giving my husband. My mother never in her life will never do something like this. So this one I'm not going to do it. Never. I'm going to make sure anybody who labor, my husband has labored for this children just like me. It's true he goes to work, but going that work is also laboring exactly like me. It's true I carried the pregnancy for 9 months. He gave me time to relax, and even when he did not, he was part of it. So I'm not going to work against somebody who's not working against me. Even when he does, I'm going to keep my hands clean. Let God do the he's doing. I don't wish him bad, that God should punish him for anything. No, it's not what I'm saying. I'm saying the fight is not for us to fight. If anything goes wrong, there's no need being manipulative of anything. Let everybody get equally. And let's all be happy. And not plan evil against anybody or work because we are smart enough to manipulate or do things that will hurt the other person. Then there is no love. Then this is not love. This is calculated game we are playing here. It's no longer love. It's no longer relationship. Yeah, for people who have not gotten married, who are still watching, I always say love before any other thing, because there's no money that can buy you love. I always say it's better to follow somebody you're feeling something for and make sure that that person is feeling the same for you. And we're so imperfect human beings. You see, as I'm coming here now to tell you how perfect I am, oh my God, maybe if you ask my husband, you'll be flying how imperfect I am. And because of my imperfectness, this is also why I follow him. Because if me and you are together, you might think I'm a stupid person because I don't have anything to manipulate or cheat you about. This might also make me stupid among the people you used to know. So, love someone with all your heart and play with the person stupidly. No matter what you do with the person, try to be as stupid as you can. This is the advice I will give you. In everything you do with your husband, try to be as stupid as you can. When you save the money, he asks you to bring it very, very stupidly. When he needs something, give it to him very, very stupidly. This is the only thing you can make. No matter how devil he is, he will remember that one day, my wife is stupid. He will start playing stupid for you. This is what I would advise anybody who wants to get married. Anybody who is in marriage, if I'm qualified to advise somebody, this is what I would advise somebody. I'm saying qualified. Some people can still say, you are here since 70 years married, live with a man, you're not qualified enough to give us any advice. But I'm saying, be very stupid. There's nothing to put sense in love. Nothing. Tolerance, patience, love, care, empathy, showing emotion. Show emotion. If you need to cry, cry. If you even need to play, if you need to do like a child, I don't like this thing you're doing, do it. If it makes the love work, anything. If the person needs to come back, you need to come back. Wake up, even when you cannot stand, you try to wake up and manage like anything you need to add to make, as far as it's positive, add it. This is the drama house in the love. If it makes the love move, what else? This is what we want. True. And the marriage works so comfortably. Everybody blessed to feed and everybody is happy. What are we talking about? That's all. That's my only advice. Share, 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 share. Generosity, share. Share equally. Take care of the man, let the man take care of you. What else? Give, 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 give. Don't stop giving. It helps so much. It goes a long way. And giving is not only cash, clothes, material. Giving, when you give time, attention, you care, all these are giving. These are giving. That's all. That's why I'm saying here. Maybe that's why. That we feel something for somebody. That's it. Thank you guys. This is all I can say for this video. Just wanted to share with you guys how I've been managing in this love life after meeting Mr. Stranger, how it's been going on, because I think it's time to tell you people also other stories, what we had from this other people's marriage, other things, the mistake I made, the mistake other people made. I'm going to share with you guys every story I've had concerning marriage. And I'm going to, if I don't even mention the people name, I'm going to tell you people what I had, what I know about this marriage and things that happened to me even. Thank you so much for watching with us this video. And we're going to see us next time in our next video. Bye guys. Nice time with you today. Bye. Bye. Your guest Cynthia. This ain't that.